All right, we're live. We will start in 5 minutes as always. So if you're in here or watching the recording, you can skip 5 minutes ahead. If you're here live, you gotta wait. For those who aren't here, let me know if you can hear me. Give me a yes in the chat or a thumbs up emoji, whatever you like. Sweet. Gandalf, my good sir, how was your week? And did you trade today? Hey, Mr. Green, welcome. Today was a whatever day for me. Took a trade on Tesla, which ended red, and I closed up shop because I don't like trading on OPEX, which I'll go over in a little bit with the trade that I took. This week was great though, otherwise. I think today was my only red day for options. Let's bring up my journal. Took 4 trades, 2 wins, 2 losses. Nice. Yeah, I tend to am I into crypto? In what sense? Investing into crypto, trading crypto, both? If it's both, I'm invested into crypto, yes. Do I trade it? Not really. I used to trade it a lot more, but I stopped because it messed with my sleep schedule. How about you, Mr. Green? I'd imagine that you're into crypto if you're asking me. Hey, Gandalf, those experimental trades in the 1 minute, were they your live account or with your paper account? You want to get into trading crypto, so much upside, but so easy to lose a lot of money. Well, you can make a lot of money with anything, and you can lose a lot of money with everything. So you have to practice your risk management skills. Whether you trade crypto, options, futures, stock, it really doesn't matter. As long as you have your risk management set up and you follow that, you'll be fine. Don't on average take positions. Don't take positions on what do you call it? Don't take positions where you're taking profit every 20, 30%, right? Or on average, you take 20%, but then your losers are like 50 or negative 50 to 80%, which I tend to see here and there. That's an interesting sounding update. Sweet. All right, let's start. Afternoon, Isaiah. Glad you can join up. Welcome, everybody. My name is Advent, and I am not a financial advisor, not yet anyway. And anything that you guys see in this video or any of my content is not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes only. Trading does have its... What does trading have? Risks. Long day. Trading does have its risks, so please do your research before you engage in trading. You can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. and you definitely want to avoid that. All right, so for those who are new here, this is a trade recap session, October 18th, 2024. Essentially, what we do is we go over my trades, I'll go over your trades and provide feedback so we can all improve and get better and stop making mistakes. Let me bring up my chart here and let me know when you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Sweet. All right. For those who are new here as well, I require at least 50% participation for these free classes that I have. So all I ask in return, if you have not already, hit the thumbs up or the like button for this video so the algorithm can think that people like this and want to see it, so more people can be reached. So that would greatly be appreciated. So didn't do much today. All I did was for Tesla, I took a short to the downside. Unfortunately, it did not hit my first target at the very least, and I got stopped out on the movement back up. So once we got this two down that triggered, or so from this two candle to this candle right here, once it broke this low, I took a short. It went down a little bit, and then it came back up and stopped me out. So that was pretty much the only trade that I took today. It was OPEX as well, which I don't like trading. Action isn't necessarily clean in my experiences and based on my journaling. So I tend to avoid them. But other than that, the week overall was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't horrible, but it was an okay week. Options wise, pretty much ended green every day except today. I don't think I traded Monday. I don't recall correctly, or if I recall correctly. Let's see. Monday was the 14th. Yeah, no trades on Monday for Tesla. Every other day I traded Tesla. So other than the loss today, nice week for options. Other than that, for futures, it was all right. Kind of half and half. Just came out green by a decent amount, but nothing amazing that I would love to brag about. But yeah, that's pretty much the trade that I took today. What trades did you guys take today, or any other trades that you guys took this week that you may want to go over? Put it in the chat. Also, for those who are new here, if you are going to give me a trade to review, please give me this information. If you're going to give me an options trade, give me this information. And then for futures, give me this information on the right side, right over here. That way I can better follow along with the trades that you're providing me. If you can as well, you can give me the time zone that you're in. I'm on the East Coast, so you can either give me the East Coast time that you got in, or you can give me your time that you got in. That way I can better follow along. So any trades that you guys want me to go over, put it in the chat and we'll go over them. As always, there's no judgment here. We all make mistakes. We're human. We're just here to get better and improve. And like I said, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to help. So whatever trades you guys want me to go over, put it in the chat and we will get started from there. Oh, Gandalf, one thing that I would say to what you mentioned earlier, if you're going to be testing something new, you don't necessarily want to be using your real money. I would go paper trading until I get proper data that this new strategy or whatever it is that I'm testing out is valid. Because sure, you can lose a baby amount of money. Let's say you lose 30, 40 bucks a day for a week or for 2 weeks testing something new. That's That could be over $200. If you don't want that, I'll gladly take it, but always good practice to use paper trading when you're doing something new to get data from it. All right, let's see. So the 1 minute chart at 1:51 p.m., which would be 151. Pretty much got in on like this candle over there. All right, let's see. Chicago, that's what? It's like an hour behind from Eastern. Is it 6:11 for you? Gotta have like a clock widget on my desktop to go over the different time zones. Gotcha. So an hour behind. So that will be 2:51 for me. So you got in over here for a long. You got in at 478.50. 478.50. So you got in here. So you probably got in about 10 minutes later, because that's what matches up with this price. And then you got stopped out pretty much on that wick. You said what was it? 58.50, so 20 points. Yeah, pretty much the bottom of that wick you got stopped out. It only went about 17 points in your favor, and then it reversed. So what was the idea for this trade here? Was it like a strat trade? Was it an ICT trade, an EMA bounce? What exactly was going on here? Because I don't see any strat trade at this specific price. I'm a little confused on where the long would be, because the price that you got in at does not match up with the time frame that you would have gotten in at. So this was a short. This wasn't a long, because you said it was a long entry. This is actually a short trade. Gotcha. So let's inverse this. Pretty much took profit 20 points away. Did you get filled down here because of slippage using the buy stop orders? Or sorry, a sell stop order rather. If you were using a stop order, that might make sense. Is that what you used? A limit order? Now I'm even more confused. If you got in at 6:11, or rather 1:51 p.m. your time, my time, that would have been 2:51, which would have been over here, which does not match up with where you got in over here. And even then, I don't see any strat trade here for a short. Because if you were to use a limit order, I would imagine you would at least get in where it triggered the trade, which will be up here. Or maybe I'm on the wrong time frame. What time frame did you get in the trade? What time frame was the setup on? Because the 1 minute isn't matching up. Not the time that you got in, but the time frame that you entered the trade on. Because if it's the 1 minute, there's no strat trade that would have triggered you in anywhere near this level, especially with a limit order. Were you on the 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute? Gotcha. Even then, this still doesn't match up. Because if you're using the 5 minute to get in around that time, you would have entered in somewhere on this candle here for this 312 down, and you entered in all the way down here. So there's no strat entry anywhere on the 5 minute that I'm seeing there. And let me try this. And then on the 1 minute, I'm still not seeing any strat entry that's even close to being a strat trigger. So I'm not too sure how you got filled at that price. I don't see any strat setup in that area. It was a winning trade nonetheless, so whatever you saw, great job. I just don't see anything strat related that I can see here. That makes sense. Any other trades that you took? Or anybody else that wants to share? You can put it in the chat. Any trades you guys want me to go over? Put it in the chat. Oh, whoops. And this information, please. Any trades at all? I'll end it early if you guys want. I'm here for you guys. If not, we can all go enjoy our Friday. I'll give another 3 to 5 minutes. If there's no trades, we'll wrap up a little early and enjoy our weekend. And next week, I won't have one of these. I have some buddies coming over for the week, so I'll be busy. So we'll probably reschedule it for the following week for the next trade recap. Now you're good, Isaiah. We went over some of them earlier, but we can definitely talk offline for the other ones. And definitely don't text and drive. Always got to be safe. Anybody else have questions that you want me to go over for your trades? Now's the time to ask. 24. This is a long. Let's see. Gandalf, what time frame? And what time did you enter in on? You said this trade was a long. So you got in 20. So that was 12:30 my time. 486. On the 212. And then you got out here. Let's see. 8650. There might be some discrepancy somewhere because the price that you're getting into is not matching up with what I have. Maybe TradingView is off. Yeah, the price that you gave me, I'm seeing a 2-2 up. I'm not seeing a 2-1-2 up. The 2-1-2 up was over here. And where you got in was somewhere around here on these two candles, probably on this one. But nonetheless, solid trade, pretty much a continuation off the 2 bar. And then it looks like you were aiming for somewhere around here, one of these two. Looks like if you had a trailing stop, it might have gotten you stopped out. Nonetheless, great job on the trade. Where was your stop loss? Yeah, there might be something with the top step. time zone because the numbers you're giving me don't really add up, or they're not matching, rather. They're giving me different setups. But nonetheless, it was a good trade. 1158. Stubby. So even then, if it was 1158, those numbers don't match up with the price that you entered in on. So maybe something weird on Top Step, like if they're only giving you extended hours or something on the 1 minute. Let's see, 11:30 or 12:30. Yeah, even then for 12:30, well, I guess that's one, yeah, not even 12:30, 11:30 your time. The numbers are definitely off. Let's see this. No, but even then, this is something else. Yeah, maybe some weird price discrepancy because it's not. There's a little TTO here on the 1 minute on this little pullback to the upside. 1158. Yeah, I see a 212 down around that time, but I don't see a 212 up. Definitely something with the candles are probably weird compared to TradingView and Top Step, but nonetheless, the continuation. I don't like continuations, but it's a solid trade nonetheless. Yeah, the only feedback I would say is, don't necessarily try new things without properly testing them out first, just so we have proper data and we're not risking live capital to as we practice something new. That's all I would really say. Other than that, trades are solid. I wouldn't take them since I don't like continuations, but still pretty good. Any other trades you guys want me to look at? Yeah, put it in the chat. We'll go over all of them if need be. Looks like nobody else traded apparently, besides you and Isaiah. Short entry, 1 minute. What time? Let's see. 5:23. 10:32. So pretty much near this high. 3. So this 212 down would make more sense. And the time that you gave me makes some sense as well. So 23. Looks like you got filled a little bit above the strat trigger, which is fine. And then you exited at 500. Not bad. Pretty nice trade. Definitely a little risky with being the 1 minute and everything being bullish. Looks like you took profit near the body down here. Yeah, solid trade. It 1, 2, 3, 4 targets. Well, actually more targets than that, but yeah, pretty solid trade. Not too sure where your stop was, but that was a good one. Little 23-point win. Stop was at 29. So pretty tight stop loss. About a 6-point stop loss. Yeah, it looks like you used the yeah, you're using the setup candle as your stop loss so it doesn't become a 3 up. Yeah, not bad. That stop loss for NQ though, I gotta say, definitely a brave man. Because that stop loss is wild. Like one candle could be like 20 points on NQ. Granted, depending the time frame you're on. So yeah, definitely a strat setup. Not one that I would take, but still a good one. I'm not that aggressive. Yeah, it's MNQ. The loss wouldn't be too much, right? But solid trade, 23 points. Well, what, 46 dollars per MNQ. I would definitely take a $46 check in about 3 minutes. People work their butt off for like 2 hours or more to make that amount, and you made that in about 3 minutes. Very, very nice. Always got to be grateful for what we make. 3 MNQs, about $120. Even better. It's what? Yeah, 43. Yeah, about 129. How maybe 125 with the fees and slippage. I'll take it for 3 minutes of work. Hey Kevin, if you place a trade in the chat, I'm not seeing anything here. All I see is that you bought something on 1011. What did you buy? If you posted a message, I didn't see it. All I see is that you just said need to add. I bought on 1011. But yeah, Gandalf, solid trade, really good return, tight risk. I'll take it. Yeah, definitely can't go for big wins. Just got to go with what the market gives you. If the market only gives you 30, 40 points or 20 points, it is what it is. Take what we can get and keep it moving. There's going to be more trades. Definitely. Kevin, what trade did you take on the 11th that you want us to look at? A DoorDash call. All right, let's see. Actually, let me go on TOS because I can bring up the option contract as well. First, let's bring up DoorDash. You got the contract expiring today. 150 strike price. This is a call. What was it, yellow or blue? No, it's yellow. Send that to yellow. All right. And let's bring a dash up here. And you got in on the 11th. Which is on this day over here. Entered around 9:45 on a bullish trade. Yeah, it looks like you took up the 322 and 930. Oh yeah, the 322 up. Yeah, so you took this two up there. And then you sold on October 15th. So you sold on this day on the pullback. Definitely have some questions for you. Was this intended to be a day trade or a swing trade? A swing trade? The only thing that I'm confused about is why for a swing trade you're using the 30-minute, which is weird. Unless you missed the entry on the higher time frame and you needed a lower one to get in, which would make sense. That pullback is definitely dangerous. What were your targets price wise? Looks like you got in, yeah, you got in when? 138? So you got in at around 1.38 and then you sold for a loss on the 15th. Yeah, where were your targets at and what was your stop loss at price wise? You remember where your take profit levels and your stop loss was? 150. Did you take some of the position off, or did you not sell anything? Because if your target was at 150, it hit that target 3 candles later or 4 candles later. Ah, gotcha. So execution wise, it's a little weird for me to get on a swing on a 30-minute, but I'll accept it, assuming that you got out or you got in because you missed the initial entry on your higher time frame. Um, Definitely a poor trade because you didn't take profit when it hit your target. What made you not take profit or trim your position when it hit your target at 150? Dash started hitting all-time highs. Um, All-time highs for Dash is about 257, so we are way off from all-time highs. So all-time highs is incorrect. All-time high is about 250 something. Maybe the high for the year, but that's not all-time high. And I was talking to somebody before we got on this call where they had the same thing, where they were hitting targets, but they weren't taking profit. Remember, we're not here to hit home runs every single trade, right? We're only here to follow our plan. So if our plan is to take profit at 150 or whatever the price may be, we need to follow the plan, right? Because what we don't want to do is get into the habit of it hitting our targets, but we want more and then taking losses, right? So we always want to follow our rules and always want to follow the plan. Again, the goal is not to hit home runs. If it does hit a home run, that's perfect. That's fantastic. But that's never the goal. A red flag to pay attention to is when you start using language like, you know, even though it hit 150, I want this, that's a red flag because the market doesn't care about what you want. It doesn't care about what I want. It doesn't care about my dreams, so on and so forth. The market's going to do what the market does, right? And every time you break your rule or you make a mistake that's within your control, right? You get taken away further from your goal or whatever your goals are or dreams for trading. So, for those who may have issues with taking profit when you're green and letting green positions go red, or rather letting winning positions go red, to be specific, every time you don't follow your rules, you move further away from your goals as opposed to getting closer to them. So, always as a reminder, take profit when it hits your targets and, keep on following your plan. If the stock goes even higher after you get out, that is irrelevant to you because you follow your plan. So, do whatever you say that you said you were going to do because you want to build up that discipline. You don't want to get into the habit of not following your rules and creating bad habits. So, my 2 cents on the matter. Otherwise, fantastic trade. You got in on a really clean entry. Your target was a good one. Just got to fix up your execution when you're exiting and taking profit. Other than that, keep it going. Doing great. You got in on a trade that I probably would have taken myself. Journal it, learn, and prepare for the next one. Any other trades you guys want to go over? We got about 14 minutes left. For those who are just coming in and you want me to review your trade, just give me this information that I have on the chat. Also, something to note, Kev, if you're gonna get into a trade for a swing trade, I wouldn't get in a swing trade with the same week expiration contract. I would go at least 2 weeks out if it's gonna be like off a daily trigger or something like that, because you want to give the trade time to move, right? Because if you get in on the 11th on a Monday, but the contract expires on Friday, one, theta is going to be pretty high on the contract. So that you have that going against you. Two, if it pulls back, you don't have time to allow it to, move back in your favor, assuming it hasn't hit your stop loss. So generally, I would never swing trade a contract with the same week expiration. If it's a daily trigger or 4 hour, I'm going at least 2 weeks out to give it some time. Any of the trades that you guys have, put it in the chat, please. Absolutely. Any other trades that you guys want to go over? Bitcoin's about to hit 70K. Beautiful. And of course, XRP is doing absolutely nothing. Any other trades you guys have, put it in the chat. If not, we'll wrap up in about 5 minutes. Yeah, Tesla is definitely stuck in that range after that big drop. This week has just been quick moves up and down that you could have traded. Other than that, next week we'll probably get a decent move. Hopefully, what I'm hoping for is that we don't get something like this. That was what, like 2 to 3 weeks of just like sideways choppy movement. Yeah, we'll see what Tesla wants to do next week. Hopefully we get them some direction. The weekly closes a doji. Yeah, just been chopped. Well, at least you had some Bitcoins. Me and my buddies in high school, or my buddy, he was like into tech and stuff like that. He was like, hey man, we should buy $200 worth of Bitcoin. I think it was like $12 at the time. And I was like, this looks weird. I don't really care about it. My regret is high on that one. But hey, can't tell the future. It could have went to zero for all we know. Bitcoin and Nvidia have been my biggest regrets. My brother was like, hey, can you get some Nvidia for my account? I'm like, I got you, of course. I think Nvidia was like post-split, like the price now. I got him in at about $13 or $138, more or less, pre-split. And to my surprise, when I look back at the chart and it's at 1,000. So he's very happy. I'm a little salty. I did trade options on it, so I got my piece at least. It worked out. $70 in Ethereum. I feel your pain. I got XRP, I think originally at like 25 cents when it shot up to $3 or $2, whatever it was. I didn't know nothing about investing. I was like, this thing just goes up forever. And to my surprise, when it came crashing down, well, the bubble gets bigger and bigger. We'll see what the year has in store for us. Yeah, that'll be like $22 or $21 post split now. Hey, at least you made some money at the very least. Can't catch them all. Any other trades? I'll give it another minute or so. If there isn't anything else, we'll wrap up. Also, remember, next week we're not having the trade recap. My buddies are coming down from Canada, so they're going to be over here for a few days. So, probably going to reschedule. Instead of having it next week, we'll just skip next week and then we'll have it the following week. Well, if there aren't any other trades that you guys want me to look at, we'll wrap up a little early. As always, thank you guys for coming by, sharing your trades. For those who are new here or watching the recording, we have this every Friday at 7 p.m. For those who are in here, does Friday work better for you guys for these type of classes, or does the a weekday work better? Weekends? Gotcha. Yeah, I figured because everybody's off from work and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll play it by ear. Usually on the weekends, I have some other things. We'll experiment with potentially having it on Saturdays at like in the morning, like 10 a.m. to 11 or something like that. We'll mess around with it. We'll go from there. Other than that, thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate this. And I will see you guys not next week, but the following week. That's going to be on let's see, November 1st. That's the next time I'll be seeing you guys, that Friday. So enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Friday, practice, learn from your mistakes so we can continue improving. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Good night.